As Heartlines, we take on issues that we think we can make a real difference to, and we believe that telling stories is the way to do it, and that's how we are wired as people. We're wired for story, is that I want to inspire you, change your behavior, make you reach for higher things. I tell you stories. I don't give you facts. And so, as you know, I've had a history through the years of using story. And this particular issue, we've all got a dad. And the more over the years that I've spoken to people, it doesn't matter what race, age, whatever, often there are father stories, or stories of fathers that weren't there, and what it's meant to people or not meant. And so as an organization, we looked at this issue, and about 5 years ago we started to really look at, is this a bigger issue? And we looked around the world, and a lot of research around the importance of having a positive male presence in the lives of kids. And the importance is that it reduces risk for children. And it reduces the risk of being a perpetrator, somebody who does violence, including gender-based violence. So many young men in jails in our country come from so-called father-absent homes, of being a victim of violence, including GBV, of child abuse, of having increased mental illness, drug abuse, and so on. But always very careful to say this is a risk. It's like smoking is a risk for cancer. You don't get cancer because you smoke. It just increases risk. And the same is true for not having a positive male role model in a child's life. Not necessarily the biological father, can just be the pastor, the uncle, the grandfather, whoever. And also incredibly important to say that many amazing people in this world get brought up by single mothers, and they do the most amazing job. But if fathers were more present, it would help. It would certainly reduce risk. It's good for mothers, it's good for children, and it's good for men themselves. As a dad, one of the joys of my life is the fact that I'm a dad, and that I can be present in the lives of my kids. So then we looked around and sort of said, well, the narrative that we hear is that the guys out there are just deadbeat dads. They make, the girl pregnant, they move on, they don't pay maintenance. And that's what we hear. And so we set out to understand really why. And we did the biggest research study ever to understand what was going on. And across race and culture, the issue is money. Is that both men and women believe that a man's role as a father is to provide money. And if he can't provide money, then what use can he be? And women feel that as well. And a quote out of our research was a woman who said, if he can't bring money into the home, I don't need another child in this house. So we then, in certain of our cultures, the issue of lobola or nhlawulo. Now, again, if that is not paid, then the mother's family often keeps the man away. Again, speaking to cultural experts, they said that wasn't in the early days. It was about bonding families. It wasn't about money. So again, money stands in the way. And then we also found, so many of us have not had dads. And then we have young kids, and what do we do? When women have babies, they have mothers and aunts who come and show you. With men, who's there to show you how to be a dad? And so all of this research was actually helping us as South Africans have these conversations, as white South Africans, Indian, black, colored, whatever. Because underpinning so much that is wrong in our society is the fact that the dads are not around. And so we need to, and that's where these 6 films, the resources that we put out into community so people can have discussions around this. The WhatsApp line, there's a WhatsApp line, you can get tips for dads. So that's the story.
For more stories like these, go to www.social-tv.co.za, subscribe to us on YouTube, and follow us on our social mediums.